In every season of Dexter, from the original series to the New Blood reboot, the original Sin prequel, and now Dexter Resurrection, Dexter Morgan finds himself on the verge of being caught. This time around, it's his old friend from the Miami Metro Police Department, retired Captain Angel Batista, who is not only sure that Dex is the Bay Harbor butcher, but he's not going to stop pursuing it. In the last episode, Course Correction, Angel leaves a tracker in Dexter's car. Now he'll be able to know exactly where our serial killer anti-hero is going at all times. He might not like what he finds though, because one by one, Dexter has been taking out every member of Leon Prater's serial killer club. In episode 8, The Kill Room Where It Happens, Batista is on the hunt, but a twist ending reveals that it's someone else Dexter needs to worry about most.
Dexter has one more member of Leon Prater's club to kill.
Batista is in his hotel room, going over the evidence he thinks will prove that Dexter Morgan is the Bay Harbor butcher. He has Dexter's daily routine down to a T, and if he sees his old friend break it to go somewhere new, he'll be there. That might not take long, because Dexter is talking to Harry about how Al is the only killer from the club left to meet his table. Dexter calls Al to see if he wants to get a drink, but Rapunzel is getting ready to leave to go home. Acting fast, Dexter gets him to agree to dinner before he heads out. Meanwhile, Leon Prater is getting ready for a gala for the New York Police Department and officers who have been injured in the line of duty. Charley talks to him alone, telling Prater that she doesn't have a good feeling about the one they think is Red. She doesn't have a theory exactly, but she's worried that she missed something. Prater isn't worried though, because he trusts Red. Dexter sets up a kill room for Al at a wig shop, fitting for the man who likes to collect ponytails from his female victims. His main concern is that Al's size and his bad shoulder are going to make it hard to get the killer on his table, but what he should be worried about is the fact that Batista has noticed that Dexter has been in the same location for over an hour on his tracker. If that's not already bad enough, Detective Wallace is at work looking up names like James Dokes and Maria LaGuerta on her computer. Dexter, needing some pain relief, goes to Blessing Kamara's daughter for an acupuncture session, where she talks about how her usually kind father has been such an asshole since his mother passed away. It's a helpful conversation until Dexter mentions how hard it must have been for Blessing to be a child soldier in Sierra Leone. That's a good point, but his daughter never knew that. Whoops, she's hurt that someone he has known for 2 weeks knows this, but his own child was clueless.
Dexter takes care of Elsa's awful landlord. Dexter is getting prepared for his kill when Harrison calls, saying that he fucked up and needs some advice. Father and son meet for dinner, close to the theater where Al will be watching Hamilton. Harrison vents about Elsa's landlord situation with Vinny, how he yelled at the man, and now the guy won't repair the apartment at all, which could leave Elsa and her son homeless. Dexter suggests he can talk to him and be persuasive, and tells Harrison that feeling bad is a good thing. Look at Dex with all of these insights about feelings. While waiting for Hamilton to end, Dexter looks up Vinny, where he discovers that the man once settled a lawsuit where someone died because of his negligence. Wheels are turning for the serial killer, but Harry tells him that Vinny doesn't fit the code. Refocusing, Dexter focuses on the crowd coming out of Hamilton, but Al isn't there. Where is he? Dexter calls Rapunzel, who says he left early and is already on the road home in Wisconsin. Al tells Red that he'll hopefully see him next year, if Prater's club still exists. The killer hangs up, then chucks his phone out the window. With no one to kill, Dexter goes home, where he's confronted by Blessing. He's upset that the man he's renting an apartment to told his daughter about his past. He's worried that she'll think he's a monster. Just imagine that Harrison knew you killed a person. Blessing wanted to keep his dark past from his home life, and even though Dexter apologizes, Blessing feels betrayed. Filled with pent-up energy, Dexter visits Vinny's office and barges in, where the man rages at him and demands he leave. Dexter thinks Harrison showed incredible restraint not killing this guy. Hope I can be like my son. Later that night, Vinny is walking the streets alone when Dexter approaches him, knocking the man out with a syringe and putting him in his trunk. Dexter is going to take him to his fully prepped kill room, but a shot of the spot on the door where the tracker is reminds us of how badly this could go. Vinny wakes up on Dexter's kill table, freaking out, but the mask our anti-hero is wearing says that this man isn't going to die. Dexter's trying to scare the man into compliance. Meanwhile, Angel is back at the location of the tracker where he spots his old friend's location. Hearing the click of the front door, Dexter sets Vinny free and is out of there. Angel's tracker now shows his target on the move again. Rather than following him, Angel examines Dexter's kill table, with plastic coating the entire room. He's shocked by what he sees and immediately calls Detective Wallace, saying that he has his proof that the Bay Harbor Butcher is still active.
Leon Prater has a showdown with Dexter and Harrison.
Harrison asks out Gigi, and they go dancing. But his date is down because nerve damage in her arm means she can't fulfill her dream of becoming a detective. Harrison tries to be helpful, telling her about all the criminals his dad caught as a blood splatter analyst. Smitten by his words, they go back to the hotel where Harrison, finds another way to make Gigi feel better. Things aren't going as well for his dad. Suspicious now, Dexter pulls over and begins looking for a tracker in the car. It takes him a minute, but he finally finds it in the passenger seat door and immediately smashes it. "I'm putting an end to this," he thinks. Angel shows Wallace and Oliva the kill room, but they're confused. He never saw Dexter, and why would the butcher cut his victim free? With no visual proof and no identification of the so-called victim, there is nothing they can do. Also, Batista tracked Dexter without a warrant. Their hands are legally tied. And now a look at his phone shows the tracker inactive. The detectives start to look at him as if he's crazy. Meanwhile, Dexter is trying not to go crazy as he sits in his apartment, hiding and worried that Angel is going to show up with the police at any moment. Harry tells him to calm down. Batista is working alone and has no proof. Knowing that Angel will never give up on outing him, he doesn't know what to do. Back at her office, Wallace is again looking up Dokes and LaGuarta, which leads to her calling Quinn down in Miami. She asks about the status of the Bay Harbor Butcher case, but Quinn is confused because that case was closed years ago. Told that Captain Batista is pursuing it, Quinn tells Wallace that he has retired and is no longer captain. Wallace now looks at an old Miami photo of Angel with suspicion. At dinner, Harrison lets Dexter know that all is well with Elsa's apartment as Vinny is suddenly fixing things. Harrison wants to know what Dexter said to him. He smiles. "You scared him, didn't you?" Harrison tells Dexter that he has a thing for justice, just like him. Harrison asks if he can stay with Dexter, but instead of being overjoyed, Dexter suddenly is overcome with anxiety. That's not because of Harrison, but Prater, who has just walked into the restaurant. "Red, I didn't know you had a son," he says. The two men look at each other with a knowing anger as outside, Charley smiles. Wallace might be off of Dexter's trail for now, but it looks like the operator of the serial killer fan club just discovered him.